Hello, how are you all getting on? So we're back with another video back at Carrow Road with the match preview of our up and coming game against Norwich City at the weekend. Going to be a tough game, no doubt, but before we get into the video, as you know the drill, funny quote time. So, who said this then? The local pubs aren't happy that there's 25,000 and not 40,000 in the ground. And then there's the nearby strip club, and the strippers aren't too happy either. It's bad for the totty, and the lap dancing club is closed. So who said that? Bit of a random one, but rack your brains and see if you can come up with who said that, and I'll let you know at the end of the video. So Norwich City, Carrow Road. There's actually a trophy on the line on Saturday, the Friendship Trophy, which some of the older fans might know kind of came into force following the 1985 Milk Cup final, played between the two sides, and the aggregate score over the two games in the season wins the trophy. So we're actually winning 3-1 following the game earlier in the season, so hopefully we can avoid a 3-0 defeat, and we'll keep that trophy back in Sunderland. But they are managed by David Wagner. Now, if you remember last time we played them earlier in the season, he was on the verge of the sack. The Norwich fans weren't happy at the way things were playing. They wanted him out, but they've stuck with him. And things have kind of massively turned around since then. So, is that an example of the importance of giving managers a chance? Maybe. But his overall record then. So, he's played 61, he's won 25, he's drew 13, lost 23, got a win percentage of nearly 41%. Now he's vastly experienced, as you can see. Overall, he's played 458 games. He's won 164. He's drew 117, lost 177. His overall win percentage is 35.81. Now it doesn't sound very much, but I still think he's a very, very good manager. Like I say, he's turned things around there from virtually being at the exit door. So fair play to him. In the recent form for Norwich, they've only got 2 defeats in the last 10, including 6 wins and 2 draws. Now the 2 defeats that they had were against Liverpool and Leeds, so there's kind of no shame in losing to teams like that. In that spell, they've beat the likes of Hull, West Brom, Coventry, Watford, Cardiff. So they've and that run has kind of seen them move up the table to 7th, just outside the playoffs, to 3 points outside the playoffs. So the overall record this season, they've played 34, won 15, drew 7, lost 12, scored 59, conceded 51, and like I said, they're on 52 points, 3 points outside 6th place, that's occupied by Hull. Now the home form has been stronger still. They've played 17, won 11, drew 2, lost 4, scored 31, conceded 18. They've got 35 points and they are 6th in the home form table. So like I said earlier in the video, it's going to be a massively, massively difficult task going down to there and trying to get the result, bearing in mind the form, and what's happened with us over recent weeks. Top players, you can see Gabriel Sara, Kenny McLean and Shane Duffy are their 3 top performers this season. Goals wise, Jonathan Rowe's got 12, Josh Sargent has got 10 and Sara's got 7. Assist wise, Gabriel Sara involved in everything, he's got 9 assists. Kenny McLean's got 4 and Dimitrios Janalous has got 4 as well. Now I've been doing a little bit of research. Now apparently I've got a few injury problems. Now I'm not sure how much this is correct, but just based on what I found out on the internet. So Jonathan Rowe, the top goal scorer, is apparently out with a hamstring injury. Shane Duffy is out with a muscle injury. Sidney van Hooijdonk, who they actually signed in the January, we were actually linked with him. They've got him on loan. Big centre forward, the son of Pierre van Hooijdonk. He's been out with the virus, so not sure if he's going to be back. And ex-Sunderland player Danny Batt, our player of the year last year, is out with a hamstring. Not too sure if he's going to be back. But like I say, it's still going to be a massively difficult game. They've got a great side, a great lineup, and they're playing some lovely football at the moment. and as you can see, Gabriel Sara is going to be the man to watch. Now, in terms of us, massive blow of the news that Jack Clark's going to be out for up to 6 weeks. We'll definitely miss the games against Norwich, Southampton and Leicester. Now we're already saying our season's kind of over, but you still didn't want to see your best player out of the side for that long. Couple that with Dan Ballard, the second game of his 2-game suspension. Roberts, Dennis Serkin, Adji Alicia, Corey Evans are still out. So even though Corey Evans I think is back on the grass and back in training, these players have been a big miss throughout the season. Alicia and Serkin, have been a massive miss. Injury hit season for them too, and obviously Roberts as well. Now, like I said, our form 60 defeats in 10 games, including losing the last 3 against Huddersfield, Birmingham and Swansea. Been an absolutely terrible time. Since the Tony Mowbray sacking, it's been an absolute farce this season, to be honest with you. Our away form has been terrible as well. Played 17, won 4, drew 5, lost 8, scored 17, conceded 18, 17 points, 17th in the away form table. Now that compared to last year is chalk and cheese. We've kind of flipped. Our home form was poor last year. Away form was really good. This year our away form's been terrible. Why that is, I don't know. Have we stopped playing? That's because we stopped playing at high press again. Teams have kind of figured us out, and of course we've got a worse team this year than what we had last year. So all factors, top players, we know Jack Clark being our standout performer all year, along with Trey Hume and Luke O'Nien. Jack Clark's goals, 15, this season is now out of the side. And when you look at the next top goal scorer of Job with 5 and Dan Nail with 4, just shows you the kind of problems that we're going to face for the next 6 games. Assists, Jack Clark as well, 4 assists, Dan Nail 4, Abdullah Bar 4. So it's all looking a little bit doom and gloom. We're heading down there, not in good form against the side who are in form, but there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Head to head's a little bit better news. We've actually won on our last 3 visits to Carrow Road. In 2016 we won 3-0 with goals from Barini, Defoe and Duncan Watmore. 2017 we won 3-1 with 2 goals from Lewis Grabham and 1 from Aidan McGeady. And last year, if you remember, we won 1-0 down there with Abdullah Bar scoring to get that 1-0 win towards the end of the season, which when we went on that run to get into the playoffs, that was one of the big games that we won. So a little bit light at the end of the tunnel. Like I say, having said that, it's going to be a very, very difficult game. Me personally, the season's finished. I would be giving other players a chance at running the side for these last 12 games or whatever it is of the season, just to see what they can do and try and give these younger lads a run in the side and get them some experience, hoping that they can kick on for next season, bearing in mind we're going to lose the likes of Jack Clark, probably Dan Neal and Dan Ballard as well. So these players need to be playing now to kind of prepare them for next season. So with that in mind, this is the side that I would pick for the weekend. So I'd have Bishop in goal. Patterson's been offered for the last few weeks. I'd give Bishop a few games in, see what he can do, see how he can perform. So Bishop in goal. I'd have a back 3 of Hume, Sealt and Luke O'Nien. Wing backs of Timothy Pembellier and Leo Hjelde. In the midfield I'd have Dan Neal. I'd have Chris Rigg in there. I'd give Chris Rigg a run of games now to the end of the season. He came on last week against Swansea and probably did more running about and looked more threatening than Ekwart and Bellingham did all the game. So Chris Rigg in there for me. On the right hand side I'd have Romain Mundle. Looked good at Birmingham, was then dropped last weekend, which I didn't know why. So I'll have Mundle on the left. Russian, I'd play him in his favourite position, coming off the left, and I'd give Emmy a chance up front. Again was given 20 minutes last week and showed some good touches, holds the ball up well, was bringing people into play, and let's give him a run on the side as well and see if we can get him a few goals before the end of the season. Now I know we'll not do that, it'll be the same old, and I know 5 at the back didn't work last week, and I've gone 5 at the back this week, purely because it was the way the front 3 was set up. Last week, Bar on the left, Bellingham was supposed to be up front, and to be honest, I didn't know whether they were supposed to be playing. So players where they're used to playing, play with them where they're familiar with, and see if we can get a little bit of a run going towards the end of the season and see what happens. But like I said, we won't play that. We'll probably play the same formation. Callum Styles, I haven't got him in there because I think it was unfair when the lad chucked him in last week, probably because we had nobody else. But I'd put him back on the bench along with Job. For me, he was better coming off the bench anyway. That's the side I would choose and see how we get on. But score predictions, I hate backing against us, I really do, but I think it'll be a 3-1 defeat. That's what I've gone for. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we'll go there. We know what Sunderland's like in the face of adversity against top sides or better sides. We normally go and do well, so there's that kind of hope that we can go down there and do that. But I've gone for a 3-1 win to Norwich. Now the shirt competition, there was only one person correctly predicted the score last weekend, a 2-1 win to Swansea. That was Neil Fleury, so well done to you. Put you on the leaderboard, which looks like this, kind of unchanged. He was the only one got it right. So Kip Vader is still leading the way with 36, David Williams 32, Kenneth Allen 30, Alex Dixon 21, David Maynell 21, David Edwards 17, Brian Green at 12, John Lee 12, Ian Banks 11, Peter Smith 11, Christopher Mr Jones 10, along with the man of the world, Banks and Bell 7 with David Newell, Yorkshire Mackham, and then with 6 points Bristolian Mackham, Percy Thrower and Stephen Simpson. So you get your score predictions in for this video, for this week's game, and see if you can get on that leaderboard for that shirt competition. Also, just before we leave, welcome to a new member to the channel. So Louis, who joins existing members Nut, Redolph, Percy and Banks and Bell. That's 5 members, so that's greatly appreciated. Like I say, all the money that we get in is put back in the channel. Really appreciate anybody who pays that 99p a month to subscribe, to be a member. Now the funny quote. So remember from the start of the video who said this: the local pubs aren't happy that there's 25,000 and not 40,000 in the ground, and then there's the nearby strip club and the strippers aren't too happy either. It's bad for the top totty and the lap dancing club is closed. So who do you think said that? Well, it was actually Bob Murray when he was speaking on Sunderland's relegation. Bit of a random quote, but that's who said that. I will drop an away day guide in the description below for pubs and parking around the ground. For anybody travelling down there, have a safe trip. It's a canny old trek down to there, a long old day. Let's hope we can go down there and give you something to cheer about, and have a safe trip back, everybody who's gone down there. But like I always say, watch out for the match review coming out. That'll be on Saturday night. I am putting a bit of a video together about what I think's gone wrong and kind of evaluating Christian Speakman's transfers, and that'll be coming out probably during the week when I finally get all the data and put it together. But until the next time, thanks for watching, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.